whose baby boy was stillborn at home have added their voice to demands for a national public inquiry into maternity services. Multiple failings have been identified in the NHS care of baby Jaxon John and his mother in Leicester. Well, the family are now taking legal action. Our health correspondent Rob Sissons reports.
Chloe and John say they should be feeling full joy at Chloe's latest pregnancy. She's 32 weeks, but instead there's fear. Her last pregnancy ended when Jaxon John was stillborn at home, following a catalogue of failings.
People need to know that they can speak up about it. We're obviously not the only people. It's countrywide, and people that are going through it can speak up about it.
An investigation revealed a series of failings involving Leicester's NHS maternity services and the ambulance service. 38 weeks into Chloe's pregnancy, and an ultrasound was not booked within the recommended 72 hours after she complained of problems walking. Paramedics attended Chloe and John's home but failed to carry out a structured assessment. And paramedics had multiple direct phone numbers for the maternity service, which meant they bypassed the dedicated triage line. Communication problems continued the next day. At 8 a.m, the maternity unit was contacted by John to report Chloe was continuing to be in a lot of pain. An admin worker took the call, but it wasn't escalated. After John rang again, he was advised to call the ambulance service. Paramedics arrived and the baby was stillborn at home. It's left the couple traumatised.
Obviously I'm scared, nervous. You know, I've got no words to say what's actually happened. You know, I'm struggling as it is. You know, yeah, I'm angry.
Not having answers, angry.
When someone speaks to me about it, I close up. I get emotional.
Maternity services in Leicester were rated by inspectors last year as requires improvement overall and inadequate for safety. The couple and their solicitor say the problems go wider and a national public inquiry is needed.
The problems that Chloe and John are talking about are not isolated to Leicester. We've read about them in reports of independent reviews in places like Shrewsbury and Telford and East Kent, and in CQC inspection reports from hospital trusts all over the country. So that we can get a clear, consistent and in-depth understanding of these problems and the reasons for them, there must be a national public inquiry.
Chloe and John feel not all their questions have been answered, and they say ultimately they didn't feel listened to.
And Rob's, of course, here with me now. Not listened to, questions not answered. We've heard that before, haven't we? From so many parents who've, been through this experience of babies either dying or being injured.
Yeah, and very brave of that family to speak out, and relive some of what they've gone through and the devastating impact it continues to have on their life. It is a theme we keep hearing about. We keep hearing about maternity safety in the spotlight. There have been scandals through the years. We can name them. And obviously a massive investigation ongoing into the failings in Nottingham, and people that believe there should be a much wider investigation as well.
I mean, everybody always says, oh, lessons going to be learned every time we say that. Do you think it's going to really be true and lessons will be learned?
Well, that's a phrase that has been heard down the years, and the concern of a growing number of bereaved families and families where babies have been harmed and where babies have died is that lessons haven't really been learnt down the years. We keep hearing of these scandals. They want a national public inquiry, a growing number of them, to look at what needs to happen to put maternity safety right. We've spoken to the Department of Health and Social Care, who've told this programme that they do have a maternity improvement plan and that they will continue to try and implement the findings of the last report on Shrewsbury and Telford maternity scandal, which was nearly 2 years ago now. We've also spoken to the ambulance service, who say they'd be happy to meet with the couple we featured tonight. And Leicester hospitals say they have already implemented some improvements, they say, from the recommendations of an independent report that was done into that case. Well,
they want a national public inquiry.
Yes.
Are they going to get one?
Well, there's no word from the government on that yet, but these families are determined. They will continue to lobby. The Maternity Safety Alliance are pressing for one of these and lobbying politicians. And we know that they're not going to go away. I mean, and the concerns aren't going to go away. There'll be a huge spotlight, of course, on Nottingham when the Donna Ockenden review reports. That's at the end of 2025, we expect.
25, crikey. It'll be here before you know it, won't it, Rob? Thanks very much indeed for that. Thank you. Let's